This is not just another war movie. This is one of the most realistic modern combat films ever made. Thousands of military veterans and gun experts rated it a perfect score. Many call it the absolute benchmark of modern warfare cinema. Its name is Mosul, a film based on real events, shot in real war zones. Every firefight feels raw, brutal, and unfiltered. The kind of combat that sends your adrenaline through the roof. The tactics, the weapons, the movement, every detail is pushed to the limit. No more talking. Let's get into it. The story takes place in Mosul, the capital of Iraq's Nineveh province. In June 2014, Mosul, Iraq's second largest city, fell to ISIS. It became the group's de facto capital. For over 2 years, the city burned, until October 2016, when Iraqi forces finally launched the operation to take it back. The Battle of Mosul had begun. What you see on screen, those shattered buildings, collapsed streets, burned out homes, that's not set design. That's the real Mosul, filmed after the city was destroyed by war. The movie focuses on one single day during the most brutal phase of the liberation. A day when everything went wrong. 3 Mosul police officers captured 2 ISIS fighters. But before they can move out, enemy reinforcements swarm the area. They're trapped inside an abandoned shop. One officer is already critically wounded. Bleeding out, Kawa, a young cop, and his partner try to hold the line. But the enemy keeps coming. Their ammo runs dry, no bullets left, only knives. They prepare for hand-to-hand combat. Kawa dives under a table, pressing his neck tight against his body armor, waiting for the end. Then suddenly, gunfire erupts outside. Heavy, fast, professional. Seconds later, silence. Kawa slowly looks up. The enemy is gone. All of them. They've been wiped out. The men who saved them are the ones ISIS fears the most. The Nineveh SWAT team, a unit built on revenge. And nothing else. Every member lost family to ISIS. Wives, children, parents. They don't take prisoners. If you're captured, you die. Even if you surrender. No mercy. No exceptions. They aren't officially supplied by the government. No food. No ammo. No pay. Everything they have comes off dead enemies. Weapons, ammo, cash, whatever is found on a body. The team splits it evenly. Right there, they drag out the 2 captured terrorists. Cut their throats. The entire execution is recorded on video. Then the team leader, Jassim, pulls out a list, names of police officers suspected of betraying Iraq and working with ISIS. After checking, Kawa and his partner are cleared. And right now, the team needs men. Jassim invites Kawa to join. His reason? Kawa's uncle was just murdered by ISIS. That qualifies him. Kawa doesn't hesitate. He puts on the uniform and moves out with the team. What he doesn't know is this. The next 24 hours will destroy everything he believes in. Because the SWAT team is on a secret mission. And Kawa is not supposed to know. They enter an abandoned house. The smell of death fills the air. Rotting bodies. Decay. The team clears the second floor. In one room, a television is still playing. After securing the area, they decide to rest, just for a moment. Then, an engine outside. Kawa looks out the window and sees something he can't believe. Police officers. Men who were fighting alongside him earlier. They arrive at the building. Drop a red smoke grenade right where the team is hiding. And drive away. Seconds later, an ISIS suicide car bomb appears. The team leader instantly knows. They've been betrayed. The shockwave rips through the building. Concrete, steel, bodies, everything is torn apart. The blast killed one of our men instantly. The guy by the window didn't even have time to react. The commander lost it. All that rage, he dumped it straight onto Kawa. It wasn't Kawa's fault, but the traitors were still police. And police had been his people. The team pulled back into a corner to plan the next move. Kawa stood apart. No one told him what this mission was really about. Every time he tried to ask, he was shut down. Orders only. No explanations. Once the route was set, the unit rolled out in 3 Humvees. Kawa followed instructions. That's it. They pushed toward the city center, now controlled by federal police. The SWAT team paid them off to keep their presence quiet. No questions. No reports. They dropped off the body of the fallen teammate and moved on. As they went deeper, the convoy entered a hot zone. Civilians everywhere, families running, people fleeing with whatever they could carry. But no one relaxed, because in Mosul, any civilian could be a walking bomb. Then gunfire. ISIS fighters hidden in the shadows opened fire on the crowd. Panic exploded. The SWAT team swung the mounted machine guns and returned fire immediately. But the scene was chaos. Civilians were being hit on both sides of the convoy. The team misread the direction of fire. They dumped rounds into the buildings on the left. Wrong call. A single round shattered the glass on the commander's right side door. That's when he saw it. The shooter was on a rooftop. 1 o'clock high. Too late. The gunner in his vehicle, trying to push civilians away from a minefield, took a round straight through the neck. Dead on the spot. The commander snapped back fast. He ordered suppressive fire on the rooftop position. Heavy. Relentless. Then he moved. The commander, his second, and Kawa pushed forward under cover. Pinned down by machine gun fire, 2 ISIS fighters stayed hidden, waiting for a reload. They never got the chance. The 3 men came up fast and dropped both terrorists clean. No hesitation. ISIS snipers that close meant one thing. There had to be a stronghold nearby. The commander pulled out binoculars. He scanned the area, and there it was, an ISIS position, well defended, multiple fighters on guard. But the SWAT team was down to 10 men. A frontal assault would be suicide, so the commander chose to bypass it. They regrouped on the rooftop to discuss a new route. Then, a drone. The sound cut through the air. Everyone froze, weapons up. Eyes tracking. Another drone appeared. Gunfire cracked. The drone was hit and dropped out of the sky. The commander slowly peeked out. The shooter wasn't ISIS. It was Iranian special forces. Back then, Iraq was a mess. To fight ISIS, the government pulled in everyone they could. Regular army, independent SWAT units, the US-led coalition, and Iranian-backed militias. Same enemy, different agendas. A battlefield full of alliances that could turn on you anytime. The Iranians proposed a trade. They wanted cigarettes. The SWAT team needed ammo. Badly, so the commander went alone. Cigarettes in hand. After some hard bargaining, 1 carton of cigarettes for 1 crate of ammunition. Deal. But what came next would prove that nothing in Mosul comes without a price. The Iranians mentioned something else. They had captured several ISIS prisoners. Asked the commander to take a look. See if he recognized anyone. He walked past them one by one. Then he froze. One of the prisoners was the police officer who had betrayed them earlier. The man who sold them out. The commander demanded custody. He wanted to handle it personally. The Iranians refused. Take the prisoner. No ammo deal. Tension spiked fast. Hands tightened on triggers. One wrong move and this turns into another firefight. Then Kawa stepped forward. He pulled out an axe. No warning. No words. Everyone froze. The room went silent. No one moved. No one spoke. Kawa walked out alone. What he did next proved 2 things. The SWAT team showed no mercy. And Kawa would never be a traitor. After that, everyone got polite real quick. The trade went through smoothly. One of the men even traded a hookah for an RPG launcher. With ammo replenished, the team decided to push the ISIS stronghold. Inside the vehicle, the commander finally lowered his guard. He started to explain the mission. Halfway through, Kawa stopped him. He didn't need to know anymore. He knew this was a great unit doing something that mattered. His job was simple. Follow orders. No questions. Not long after, a roadblock appeared ahead. The convoy stopped. Gunfire erupted instantly. ISIS fighters hidden in the ruins opened up on the vehicles. The commander ordered everyone out. Return fire. The team suppressed enemy fire while closing distance. Then it happened. One man crossed into friendly fire. A teammate put a round through his head. Dead. Someone shouted for the deputy commander to use the RPG. He refused. Not yet. Instead, he raised his AK and fired non-stop. The gunner laid down cover with the M60. Then the deputy commander threw a grenade. It hit a metal frame. Bounced back. Rolled under Kawa's vehicle. The blast wiped out the terrorists. But the gunner was killed by the rebounding grenade. Another man's face was shredded by shrapnel. The deputy commander was devastated. No time to grieve. They reset fast. 8 men left. They moved into the alley. Stacked in combat formation. Every angle covered. Every corner watched. In urban warfare, anything can kill you. They missed one thing. A kid sitting by the roadside. As soon as they passed, the kid ran to warn ISIS. The team entered a building and collided face to face with enemy fighters coming out. Point blank. They cleared the building fast, but in the chaos, another man went down, killed. That's real urban combat. You never know where the enemy will appear. The commander pushed on with whoever was left. Through a narrow passage, they finally reached the stronghold. The commander and his deputy climbed to high ground to observe. Enemy positions confirmed. Orders went out. The sniper moved into place. Kawa raised his submachine gun and locked onto targets below. Once everyone was set, the deputy commander initiated the attack. The RPG he'd carried the entire way? Dud. Dead round. No explosion. The fight was already on. From above, Kawa opened fire. ISIS fighters panicked, jumped into vehicles, tried to escape. The commander's men surged forward and cut them down. Caught completely off guard, the terrorists collapsed fast, but then, the gunner leaned out to fire. Exposed. One clean shot hit him square in the back. The gunner was killed instantly. The commander yelled for Kawa to move down and fill the position. As Kawa rushed downstairs, he ran straight into enemy fighters storming in. 2 sidesteps, 2 shots. Both targets dropped. Clean. Efficient. The confused kid from yesterday was gone. Under fire and blood, Kawa had become one of the team's core fighters. The outer perimeter was finally clear. Once the upstairs team regrouped, the commander split the unit in 2 and launched a front and back assault on the enemy command post. Under the commander's tactical control, ISIS resistance collapsed fast. The stronghold was secured, but they had 90 seconds. That's it, because the mission wasn't over. While clearing the site, the commander found a box of colorful magazines. He gathered them together, planning to destroy them. Then, the moment he lifted the box, a hidden booby trap detonated. The commander was killed instantly. The team collapsed. He wasn't just their leader. He was their backbone. Every decision, every risk, he carried them through hell. And now he was gone. The men lost direction, lost the will to move. Then Kawa stood up. He told them to stop grieving. The mission wasn't finished. If they quit now, every sacrifice so far meant nothing. His words hit hard. 6 men geared up again. They crossed the final block and entered a residential building. At the target floor, they switched to short weapons. Suppressors on, radios off, silent. They stopped at a door. The deputy commander removed his boots and pulled a key from inside. His hands were shaking. The door opened. A man inside was shot on sight. 2 people remained, a mother and a child. This was the deputy commander's home. They were his wife and his daughter. They collapsed into each other. Alive. Now Kawa finally understood. The team's secret mission wasn't revenge. It was rescue, saving the families of their brothers trapped behind enemy lines. The entire operation had been planned by the commander himself. Because the Battle of Mosul was nearing its end. Before liberation, they had to extract their families. Before ISIS took revenge, but not every story ended clean. The deputy commander's wife was pregnant. The child wasn't his. He blamed himself for arriving too late, for being powerless. Still, his family survived. Kawa finally understood the commander's belief. In a country destroyed by war, children are the last hope. Every child saved is a seed for rebuilding Mosul. Kawa stood up, asked another teammate where his family was hiding. They moved out again. Another rescue, another chance, and that's where the film ends.